Johnny, hello. How are you?
Hi, yeah, I'm good, thanks. How are you?
Thank God, Baruch Hashem. You know, in a biblical context, many people aren't aware that there are many significant biblical characters who suffered from mental illness of one sort or another, such as Jacob, King Saul, King David, Job, the prophet Elijah, the prophet Jonah, and others. And therefore, we see that these issues go back in time, all the way back to the beginning of time. Do you think, Johnny, that today there is a greater prevalence of mental illness, or perhaps are we just more aware of it?
I'm not sure if there's a greater prevalence, but we're definitely more aware and definitely talking about it more. So, you just mentioned all those characters, and I went to synagogue all the time growing up, and I went to a Jewish school, and we never talked about that.
And do you feel that the stigma is still huge?
Yeah, we still got a problem with stigma for sure. And I think in some groups of people more than others. So for example, men, we know that men are 3 times more likely to take their own lives. And men have got a much higher dropout rate in our mental health services.
What message would you give to our Jewish community, to society out there with regard to stigma? In order to improve the situation for those who are suffering?
I think the key message is, not to be embarrassed. If I would have had a physical health issue such as cancer, I know I wouldn't have had the same level of shame and embarrassment. A therapist once said, he said to me, "Johnny, it's not your fault. It's the way that your brain is just kind of wired." And yeah. I don't know, it really helped me when he said that.
What would you say to members of family who are noticing certain things? What is it they should be doing?
When people are struggling, they think, I don't want to burden people, and my issues aren't worthy of other people's attention, and I need to keep them to myself. And I went through that. I felt, I was so scared of what my family and my friends would think, how they'd respond. When I finally did say to my family and friends that I struggled with my mental health, I was only met with, love and empathy.
But it seems to be the key feature of how to deal with this challenging situation. People need to talk. Those who are suffering need to talk. Those who are around them need to talk. And you said something which for me is so powerful and so necessary, and that is, you should never fear talking. As soon as you start to talk, people will be with you. And they will be supportive.
If you're going through really difficult thoughts and they are overwhelming you and consuming you, just by talking, it can really take the power away from those thoughts and those feelings.
Jamie is reporting that during the coronavirus, a significant increase of people who are using their services. And I think that once this virus is behind us, there are so many people who are holding back from coming forward in order to find the necessary help. What message would you give to people right now in the midst of COVID-19?
I think we're not going to realize the impact that this period has had until much further down the line. And we need to make sure that help and support is in place for that.
It's known that a journey of mental illness, they say about 75% of people, it starts in adolescence. What words of encouragement and guidance would you have for teenagers?
Being a teenager, I think is tough enough. More and more young people are talking about their mental health, which is amazing. And, if you just go on social media or the internet, it's not hard to find these teenagers that are being so open. And that's what helped me to talk, was watching other people speak about their own experiences. I guess it's kind of like role modeling, when I've been in a really awful place, I've called my dad up and told him how I feel, and just saying the words out loud just takes the power away. There's nothing to be embarrassed about. The thoughts and feelings of maybe not wanting to be here anymore are really common. They're really common, and lots of people experience them, and you can get out of them. You can get out of that really tricky headspace, but you have to do it by talking and sharing.
I just, want to wish you all the very best, continuous success, good health. God bless you in all your endeavors, because I think you're amazing.